Good morning. Hi, my name is Brad EilArch from Studio EilArch, and I come to you this morning from the bottom of a creek bed. And I'd like to talk about why the best architects are blind. So what does this mean? Architects are blind? Interesting idea. Well, really what this is about is the Chris Downey story. Chris is an architect. He lived well into middle age, 55, as a practicing residential architect who was fully sighted. And then adversity hit. He lost his sight, through a brain tumor and recovery from that. So this is something that I personally have learned from. And, so what is it that we're talking about, and what does the Chris Downey story really offer to all of us? Well, his story is a story of persistence. He decided that he would continue being an architect. And in doing so, he learned to develop his other four senses to a very high degree. The sense of feeling or touch, and also the sense of sound, is how he is able to navigate his commute to Manhattan every morning. And what Chris is able to do is use sound to comprehend environment, which I think is really interesting. In the interview with him, he talks about being able to comprehend that he's under a canopy, because of the sound being reflected, or that when he is paralleling a street, or even when he's approaching an intersection, because the sound changes. The sound is then perpendicular to him. And with his stick, he's able to detect differences in texture of the surface. He's able to learn about wayfinding. And I think that his architectural career has really blossomed because of this. He is now a consultant. He is a blind architect consultant for hospital projects, and especially projects that are working with the blind or those who are not fully sighted. So Chris's world now is full of concepts such as wayfinding. How do I navigate this space even though I can't see it? How does line encourage wayfinding? How does texture play into finding line? The difference, the contrast between a smooth and a coarse texture. But anyway, this is the reason why I'm coming to you this morning in a warm water stream. Hopefully that you're able to hear the sound of the water flowing over the rocks. And to me, that sound indicates water taking on oxygen. The oxygenation of water, the sustenance being added into the ecosystem, insects thriving, fish thriving, birds thriving, other carnivores thriving, all because of what's happening here with water flowing over the freestones. And being a fisherman, a fly fisherman, I relate to these things, and I am very connected to nature, deeply connected to the spirituality of nature. And as an architect, I think a lot about wellness. How can design create wellness in spaces? And here in this stream bed, we can talk about and look at how light, the morning light, the sun is rising in the sky and is making its way over the top of the trees. So what we're going to see here shortly is the stream is going to become illuminated in a different way. The lighting conditions are going to change. And we already are feeling this connection to nature. But in architecture, the use of line and wayfinding can extend indoor spaces to the outdoors. And this way, forming that connection, the spiritual connection, spiritual enrichment, just as the ecosystem requires oxygen, so do all of us in this pandemic especially. A way to find our own spirituality, to recharge, to comprehend our place in this world. I find myself thinking about those things quite a bit. So the question becomes, in architecture, how can we replicate this environment? Are we going to look at property that has a trout stream running through it and construct a bridge house that goes over the top? Or maybe the idea of falling water where the house overlooks a waterfall? These are all solutions to what we have here, though in reality, connecting with natural light, connecting with the outdoors through wayfinding and axial connections through space, improving air quality, improving overall wellness through creativity, creative design, color, texture, form, all of that comes into play and is so very important. We can take a lesson from Chris and focus our attention on sound, smell, taste, and touch, and even adding sight into that story as well. But I appreciate all of you being here with me today, and this consideration of why the best architects are blind. Not fully blind, but with the ability to encourage the other four senses and bring them into designed environments. Have a great day. Thank you.